I don't always listen to sports radio, but when I do, I prefer the Sports Goombahs. Stay loyal, my friends.
Hey, yo, B, I don't want that guy's voice doing our show. Put him in the bathroom. Everybody, welcome. This is Cashy King. This is the Sports Goombahs. I got my chef to the left, Brendan B. Mikey Warren. We're Ranting Beef and Sports tonight. 515 Studios. So we're deep outside Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I want you to call in tonight. Chime in with us. Talk a little sports. 267-563-2893. That's 267-563-2893 is the Sports Goombahs hotline. Also, you can check us out at Twitter at
Sports Goombahs.
There it is. And Facebook, just do the same.
No heads up at all.
Yeah, I don't like heads up. I like
not even paying attention.
Gotta pay attention at the start of the show. Yeah, we want you to call in tonight. The phone lines is wide open for everybody to call in, do some rant and beefing. 267-563-2561.
What?
It's 2893.
Okay, I was going to say, we got a number?
267-563-2893. Legendary in this show, right? From day one till now.
Never get the number right.
Look, I wrote it down wrong.
And that's not a shock either.
Yes, sir. Sports Goombahs is brought to you by Castle Public Adjusters. Give Castle a call if you have an insurance claim. 215-752-1237. That's 215-752-1237. Or check them out at castlepa.com.
Forget the hassle.
Just call Castle. Mikey, how you doing today?
Phenomenal.
Can't wait to get to the pick session, can you? Woo,
no, I can't.
It's starting to become legendary.
I was a whopping 1-0 last week.
1-0. And that's
undefeated.
Yeah. Almost for me. You know, got a little stingy there at the end, but what are you going to do?
I put on Twitter, I said, obviously we're live, sgshow.net. So what's going on in the world of sports? And I said, ... You tell us, because I don't know what's going on in sports.
Yeah. Absolutely freaking nothing.
I was hoping that Donald Trump would have dropped Jeb Bush on stage last Saturday night.
Jeb dropped himself.
Yeah, right.
That's it. Jeb's going. Another one bites the dust.
That would have been a nice boxing match. I mean, yeah. outside of that stuff that's going on, the excitement in sports is at a low right now. And it always is this time of year. I mean, this is before the NCAAs. The colleges are posturing for their spots and talking, drafts that are coming up, players, free agency, all that other stuff. Baseball starting to get into, they're starting to gel. Some of the teams are signing their free agents. The Eagles signed somebody, didn't they? They got the defensive back. Yeah, what's his name? Jenkins.
They re-signed.
Who's it?
Extended.
Yeah, extended his contract. That was a good move by them.
They did Johnson and what he called the week before. So
yeah. Other than that, it's really it's a tough time of year for sports day, unless something exciting happens. This is where we depended on Chip Kelly back in the past, right?
Oh, yeah.
To come through and give us something. All last year, every week he gave us something.
Can we just switch to San Francisco, see what he's doing?
I looked to see what you're doing up over there.
It's quiet.
It's quiet, very quiet over there. I think he learned his lesson, for the most part.
Because free agency's not open yet. That's why. Yeah. There's not much you can do.
Well, you can talk. There's talks are going on. There's when you're franchising players, that's the big thing right now, which to the life of me, I don't understand the franchise. I don't know what that is. What that's all about. You explain that to me a little bit? I mean,
I'm fully aware of what it is.
Okay, thanks. You want to tell me?
Yeah, if you can't come to agreement on the guy, you franchise him. He gets the average of the top five players at his position salary for a 1-year deal. It's all guaranteed.
I never really gave a shit about that kind of stuff, but now it's like the big story.
What it does though, if you go somewhere else, you get compensated for it. Correct? That it helps It helps the player get the money he wants for 1 year.
Yeah, the player gets a lot of money up front, like 1 year.
But it also helps the owners protect an asset that if you're trying to bleed, it prevents either side, I think, from bleeding the other dry. Yeah. That's what I think it does.
Bleeding dry. That's right.
It just stalls everything for a year. That's basically all it does.
Yeah, it's just like a freeze. I'm like, okay, We're not going to do long term. Long term, we're not going to get rid of you. 1 year, a lot of money.
Yeah.
Earn it.
Yeah, that's right. Earn it.
And a lot of players don't like it,
Yeah.
even though they're getting a lot of money because it takes, especially in football of all sports, one injury.
Yeah.
That's your last contract.
Especially the NFL. Sat back this weekend and watched a lot of hockey. That's the only thing we could do this weekend, actually. I watched a lot of Flyers hockey, a lot of, I stumbled on the Saturday game, watched the whole roster of Saturday hockey on the NHL network. Stumbled on the Minnesota-Chicago game, the outdoor game. What was it? Part of the series? What do they call that?
The Stadium Series.
Stadium Series. Well, they're not filling the stadiums anymore with this.
Yeah, they're down $1 million.
Yeah.
$1 million in attendance.
Attendance all around. I think they've taken it to a new level now, to where 5 years ago when they first started this thing, it was 5 years ago. It was the novelty of us to have the one game at New Year's and maybe one straggler down the way. Now everybody's starting to have them, and they're losing the novelty.
It's
is
6 a
off.
year now. It's 6 a year, and it's like you're taken away from the whole idea of it.
Yeah, I don't think people really want to sit out in the cold and watch hockey. You know what I mean? To this point, I mean, if one game, one special game a year, maybe, but to have several of them.
It all depends on the matchups, too.
Yeah, well, I looked
mean?
at this game the other day. I mean, Chicago's top team in the NHL, as you all well know. Minnesota's up and down all the time, but it's the way this game went. Minnesota destroyed Chicago.
Oh, my God, it was ridiculous.
Hurt me a little bit, too, but we'll talk about that later. But it was a good game, and I think that it was – telecast was good too. They did a good job on that one. I don't know who was doing this. Doing it. It wasn't the usual suspects.
Yeah, they do a good job on the Stadium Series stuff. They do. It's just the point is,
what was that Cheap Trick doing the
oh, I missed that part.
Oh, it was awful. They were awful. I think, they got to be 100 years old. They got out there. I think, what Cheap Trick? I mean, I like Cheap Trick music. I used to like it. All right, they pushed them out there now, and that was just awful. They sounded bad, and it was just not good. I mean, what are they doing? That's another thing too. It's a hockey game in the middle of the season. You got bands coming out between the periods, and they're trying to treat it like a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
and it should be like that. Just play the game. That's probably some of the problem. The Stadium Series goes so long now. You know what I mean? The game itself is now a 3.5, 4 hour show.
The problem is the little penguin guy that's in charge of everything.
Yeah, well,
he sees all he doesn't see. I honestly do not believe he sees hockey. He sees dollar signs.
I want to be the commissioner of the NHL. I want a shot. That's a job I want a shot at.
Well, that's a later segment in the show.
Yeah,
jobs and sports you want. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we're talking like if you have all these games, he just saw dollar signs. Yeah. He didn't see the fact that one thing. If you had 3 Super Bowls in a season, you would destroy the whole enigma and that's what they're doing.
Yeah,
they might have been able to get with one big one, maybe like a week or two apart, and you have something to look forward to. You have some major show. The problem with hockey is they're trying to go to the well too many times for the same exact thing. But it's not even that. What makes the things great is the matchups.
Right. They want to be like the NFL is, where they have their Sunday night game, or the Monday night game, or the Sunday night game now. They have that big game, that nationally televised game that everybody shows up to. It's part of the show. Yeah. But they're not doing it right. No. You don't do it on a Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock or 3 o'clock. You're not going to get people. Where are you? Except for me on Saturday. Where's everybody at 3:30 in the afternoon on a Saturday? Not going to watch that game.
On the Sundays, they have a better chance. They have a better viewing audience on their Sunday 1 o'clock games.
You do that at 1 o'clock, or you do that at 8 o'clock. You don't smack in the middle of a Saturday.
It didn't make sense.
Once again, it comes back to the NHL. Just doesn't get it right when they try to promote this game, and that's their problem. From the shootout down to stupid broadcasts like that.
Yep.
For the most part.
But otherwise, seeing some good hockey all across the league, all weekend, for last week, really. You can tell it's starting to gear up towards trade deadline time.
I'm getting a little high on the Flyers. I mean, I still think they're a bad hockey team, but they're not. I shouldn't say bad hockey. People go around, oh, they stink. I hate when they use the line, they stink. They're a growing hockey team. I see players here that are going to be part of the next 3 years.
Yeah,
this team. I'm starting to like what I'm seeing because I'm enjoy watching it now.
Exactly. It's hard to say a team that's above 500 stinks.
I know how I screamed at you about the dump and chase in the beginning of the season,
and I told you to be patient. I see.
Patient.
Yeah, I know. You got to be patient. It's a new coach, new system. It's not even a full season yet.
Yeah.
And I think I have to give him a lot of credit. He's done a good job. You have these guys going in. This is the hardest hustling team I've seen in a long time.
Yep.
And they're actually, when they're dumping, they're actually getting there.
Yeah, it's not muck and chase anymore.
It's not muck and chase because they took out the muck of it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, one of the first things I remember hearing about the Hackstall when he came as coach, he said, "We're not gonna go out of our way to finish checks and take ourselves out of a play, because that's what we do."
Yeah.
And that now it took like a good 25, 30 games into the season to see the result. Like, hey, guess what? Just because Simmons drilled that guy into the cornerboard glass there, now, but he's out of the play, and possibly a penalty. In fact, they're not taking the stupid stuff anymore.
Yeah, I also, one thing I want done watching I watched 4 games this weekend, full 4 games. I want the fighting in hockey, and everybody loves hockey and loves fighting in hockey, but it's got, if you're going to either take it away or don't have guys pounding away on the helmet. You know what I like with the shields and the helmet. And I saw that so many times this week. I'm like, it's so stupid to see guys pounding away at each other and say, I don't know what you're doing like that.
You know why? Because it doesn't bother me, because if they're going to drop their helmets and do all that stuff, then it's all staged.
Bring the ring out.
Exactly, it's all staged. If Wayne Simmons,
it's staged anyway. B.
If Wayne Simmons is going to get in a fight with that guy, they're going to talk about it, and all they're waiting for is the puck to drop so they don't get fined and thrown out of the game and suspended and all that. If that's the case, then that's the case.
Who's the guy that hit Giroux? Who plastered Giroux? In the Canadian game, the one that knocked him out.
Subban.
Yeah, Subban. And he stopped. Remember, he stopped and leaned over him to see if he was okay. I haven't seen it ever in hockey. He plastered him good, and then he skated over the top of him and said something
tapped
to
him on his
butt. Did something. I was like, I keep saying, when is the last time you saw that in hockey?
See, I don't like Subban anyway. But
but still, he knew what he did.
He knew. And right. No, that was before, because he threw a cheap elbow and he thought he was going to get suspended.
Yeah, right.
Or if somebody caught that, at least he could say, "Hey, I didn't mean to do it."
Right, exactly.
And I don't believe that for a second. So.
Well, it looked good on TV.
Oh yeah, it looked darn good. It looked darn.
And Giroux got up, skated away. No one went after Subban, so it was really like the whole thing just disappeared, and then he became injured.
Well, yeah. They're not saying, what is it, upper body injury. They haven't said
Mike,
the
do you
C
have
word
anything
yet.
to add to this?
No, I'm honestly not even listening.
He's working on the wall. He's working. He just extended the wall.
No, I already got that done. I did my homework. I just saw Shane McMahon returned tonight.
Shane McMahon.
He returned.
Why did he leave?
He left like almost 10 years ago.
I know, he was legendary. Him and his 3 boys used to come out there and fight everybody.
Mm-hmm. Mean Street Posse. But he just showed up tonight.
John Gass and something. What was
Pete Gass, Joe Yabs.
Yeah, that's right.
And
that's the Rock years, man.
You've got the third one. Rodney,
right. They used to do that dance.
So Shane's back. That's the big news in my life.
Wow.
Once I hear hockey, I just
go to the WWF. Yeah, it's the next best thing to it. Yeah, or WWE.
Now here's the argument I've had. And I hate to put Mike Jack to sleep for hockey.
That's fine,
because this is something you can actually comment on. It doesn't matter in hockey really too much. In basketball, you tank, and hopefully you get the pick. It's not guaranteed. Blah blah blah, all that stuff. Football, if you're horrible, you get a better pick. Hockey, it's kind of a different animal. I mean, because the way the playoff system is, you actually care if the Flyers make the playoffs this year? They're only 3 games out.
I don't care if they're capable of winning a Stanley Cup. Look, that's what I care about. They're gonna. Yeah, I want to make the playoffs. Why do I care? At this point in the NHL, the draft choices stuff doesn't make a real difference to me.
That's what I mean. It doesn't matter.
You scout it right, you get a good player.
And they picked up. They had a nice little influx of young guys. So the chances are next year you're not going to get all those draft picks. He finagled for a lot. I watched a couple of basketball games too. I mean, I've been doing a lot of work in the house lately the past couple of weeks, so I've been watching a lot of sports. And I started watching some basketball. I watched some Sixers games. They're not that bad to watch. You agree? I mean, the game is there. I mean,
well, it's like we mentioned with them. They actually try.
Yeah, right. But the game is there. I don't know. Ever since Colangelo came to this team, it seems like there's a different. The players are pretty much the same, but it seems like the system has changed a little bit. Well, it is. I don't watch it.
I don't know enough to comment.
That's why I'm commenting, because I do know enough. But what I'm saying is, it's watchable.
I know this.
The games, it's definitely watchable.
Isn't it funny though? We last week in one of our segments we talked about who is untouchable in Philly. Apparently, I mean, we had talked about either, and I specifically said to Mikey,
I see it, if you're not a winning team, everybody's touchable at this point.
See, that can't be the case though, because you have to start somewhere, and obviously the Sixers have been starting somewhere every year now for the last 4 years. But
there's nobody on that team that's not touchable.
But like Okafor now was mentioned in the rumors, and
maybe
it does, and then
put that out there.
And then I was sitting there listening to everything, and I was like, oh my God, is Embiid ever going to play?
It would have been.
Will he play?
It would have been, honestly, that would have. And I've been a big supporter of Hinkie and the plan, the process, whatever you want to call it, and the Sixers in general. If they made a trade, I had a friend who texted me and asked me about it. I said, if they made that trade, I honest to God would have washed my hands of the Sixers. Yeah, that's not you can't reset for the 4th straight year. Yeah, how many times in a row can you draft a guy on the top and then trade him?
That's
like eventually you need to keep these guys. You can't just keep going to the next year's first round. Right. The next year's first round. I don't care. We get a better chance at Simmons. Well, you're already the worst team, so you already have the best chance. Right. Like, why trade a guy who didn't? It's funny because the first game after the trade deadline,
the history,
he goes and drops 31 points.
The history of this team is blowing first round draft picks. You go back the last 30 years. It's just something they do. What?
It's just Philly sports in general.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly. It's all about the aura of the city and its ownership. But what are you gonna do? I mean, you
don't trade a proven commodity, and that's what he's been. He's averaging on I don't have his numbers in front of me, but it's almost he's basically a 20-10 guy down the road.
I didn't like when
for a shot at more ping pong.
I didn't like when they traded Michael Carter Williams. I didn't know. I didn't watch.
I was fine with that,
but I liked him. But I thought he could be a piece of a puzzle. But what did they get for him?
They got Noel.
Okay, so all right, that's right.
They definitely made out better in that deal.
And I'm fine. I'm fine with that move.
Oh yeah.
No.
Well, my only worry is this: after all this grandstanding and all this, whatever, does what do you call it? Come over. Does he play for us next year? Embiid and what's the other guy?
If Embiid doesn't play next year, just cut him.
Yeah, just add him to the list of bad moves.
Just cut him if he doesn't play next year.
Who's Sarge?
Sarge. Yeah.
Sarge, is he coming? Is he actually playing next year?
He's supposed to.
So he's allowed to. So now you'll have at least 3 pieces of a puzzle next year.
I don't know if that's a puzzle though. Those guys right now, the 3 people we talk about doesn't show me a team going.
But it's a start. It's finally a start because.
But it's always a start with the Sixers.
That's what I think. Yeah, but at least it's what they have now is a start. You don't trade this for more future picks. Exactly. How many more future picks are you going to get?
Yeah, and you don't even want your first round known that he was on the trade block either. He's got enough problems in the street as it is. He doesn't need that in his head,
It's not so much that keep in mind this came from the Celtics. The Celtics are saying this, and it was clearly declined by the Sixers.
So stuff, man.
So what? It's like some people are ripping on the Sixers, and some people are how could you even consider this? And I'm saying how could you consider this? But there's no report that they did consider it. Yeah. All it says the Celtics are saying, we offered a first pick for Okafor, and they said no. That's
emphatically.
They said no. So why it's not there's no report of that this was in serious discussions and it came this close because it wasn't like there was pieces. A lot of NBA trades. It's like okay, we need this contract to match up to this. There was no. It was just a strict Okafor for the first round pick, and it was no.
Yeah,
Let's put it this way: the law in sports in this town is nothing like it has been since the '80s, right? The late '70s, early '80s, and I guess the first team to bring the stuff back were the what was it 94 Flyers when they went to the Stanley Cup.
Yeah,
but the Phillies had been in the World Series in 93. Yeah,
93. You got 93.
The last time all 4 teams were this bad, I think it had to be. It wasn't the 80s. It was prior to the 80s.
76.
Well, 76, the Phillies were in the playoffs a couple times. 77, 78, they lost to the Dodgers a couple times. Pete Rose came. Remember they brought Pete Rose.
I'm thinking 79.
No, 79 because they had the 80 championship team. So I'm trying to think when we had all 4 teams with this much in the tank. Would be. I
don't think it's ever been like this.
It'd be the 72, 73 when the Flyers won the Stanley Cups and actually
right before.
You think about that when the Flyers won the Stanley Cup back in how far back
74, 70.
Yeah, that's when the Phillies started getting good and Schmidt era started and
because people saw what would happen.
Right then you had Jaworski came the Eagles by
and that was that was your team that was supposedly the B squad, the B list game. It was hockey. It wasn't even that good.
That was
yeah. So you were like, oh, they're not going to be that good. Hockey isn't. I don't know. If wasn't as professional sport. I think they could put pressure on the other 3.
Well, it could be. I mean, when you see the euphoria you get when you win a title, you get the money, the press and that kind of stuff. But it's way bit different than now. I mean, you go back to the social media of the 70s, which was what 3, 6, and 10 on your TV set.
Yep.
Right, a couple dials on the radio.
And they had cameras all over the city and all the hot spots like Frankfurt and Cotman. Remember?
Well, that doesn't really make a difference.
76. Well, you see everybody else celebrating the team that the new guys on the block.
I don't think overturning cars and knocking down streetlights makes like a franchise. Ooh, that's something we got to have. It's more of what the publicity.
Your fury of your team winning. Yeah.
And I was just corrected, by the way, on the MCW trade. We didn't get Noel. We got it's actually that Lakers pick that we've been holding on to. That's the pick we got. So a potential
that could be
top
first
3,
round, right?
top 5 pick. Yeah.
So there's a chance Sixers got 2 top picks this year.
Well, yeah, we already do have a Lakers pick.
Yeah, Lakers pick.
It just can't be top 3. It has to be.
So if it's in the top 3, they move down to the 4th, or how's that work?
No, if the Lakers get a top 3 pick, it rolls to the next year.
Oh, is that a good deal?
Well, eventually you're gonna get it because eventually it becomes unprotected.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right.
So I had to do a little bit of fact checking on that.
Yeah, we did this. You made a mention before the show. You were talking about some of the top jobs I would want in sports. To if I had my choice of top things. So right now, like I said in the beginning, my job that I would want to be the commissioner of the NHL. I would like to take this sport to a new level. You know what I mean? To a new advertising level than what they're doing now. Because whoever's controlling the marketing of this sport is the worst. It's absolutely worse. And it starts with having a game like they had in Minnesota, Chicago on Saturday at 3:00 in the afternoon where nobody's watching it. And then complain they didn't fill the stadium or get enough, enough viewers on. I think that was even on NBC. That was
viewership.
That was on NBC. That wasn't even on the NHL channel. But, I know everybody's going to, yes, what job would you want in sports? General manager, this and that. But I picked a couple things that I would like to do in sports other than be involved with that. I thought, being a commissioner, that's one because you're controlling a lot of different things. The NHL.
Oh my God, that's awful. Awful.
That's for
I
me.
know. I'm just saying.
Not for you, Mike.
I know.
The other one was one I always wanted to do is be a cameraman in sports. You know what I mean?
On the Golf Network.
That's one. I always wanted to be a cameraman. I always
got to be
like
so
that.
good.
And of course, the major ones I really wanted to be was the mascot. You know what I mean? Dress up and run around the stadium.
You already are.
Ball boy wouldn't have been bad too. That was always something with it. But seriously, the job I would take the NHL because it's a job that, something I think I could do with. I could do something too right now. And it's got a lot of openings in it, And it seems like whatever the commissioner says goes. No one else is trumping anything you do.
I would have loved to have been a scout for baseball.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Just to travel.
It would be.
Yeah.
It would be.
Yeah.
That's one of mine.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think traveling around all the small towns, watching some baseball at its grassroots. I would really love that.
And if we're doing like player wise, I think if we were just a player wise, if I pick any player job, it wouldn't be the starting quarterback or anything like that. I don't.
Catcher, man.
Why would you want to be a catcher?
That's what I used to do. I mean, that's what I like. I like being in the game. You're always in the game.
Player wise, I'd want to be either a closer in baseball. It's the easiest job. You just literally sit there. You work like twice a week max for 1 inning a day. You get paid like $15 million.
So you're talking about a job that's leisure. You want that one. You say, well, what would you want? I mean, you're talking about
dream
job.
job.
Dream job. Yeah. Well,
yeah. So that's what a dream job is.
Dream job. Yeah.
Like, if
I guess catcher wouldn't be a dream job.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. This isn't just like what would you like to do. This isn't what would you like to do.
I didn't
this
have
is a dream
that,
job. I'd also love to obviously be a PGA golfer.
But the golfing, if you're talking about dream relaxed job and you know how to play golf and you enjoy it, then there you go. That's it. I mean, walking around in the sun all day long.
Keep on. This is all. If this is dream job, this isn't like I wouldn't be a struggling fringe golfer. No, I would want to be Jordan Spieth. That's what I'd want to be. I'd want to be Mariano Rivera. I wouldn't want to be. If I was gonna be a quarterback, though, it would obviously be like Tom Brady or something like that. But it's just I don't know. Football is too much for me. It's too much to know. Too much injury.
I don't think I could play football. I was never allowed to. Anyway, when I was younger, my mom was one of them ER X-ray techs on Friday nights.
Non-athlete wise, I'd want to be like I said, MLB scout or MLB GM. That's if I had to be a GM, it wouldn't be hockey, obviously. I feel like hockey, you can't really do anything in hockey. Like what do NHL GMs really do?
Well, GM,
you build
the draft's really not important.
No.
It's not important, but it's not a big thing. The big
it is for hockey now.
NHL like free agency isn't like a big like craze. There's no massive trade deadline. Like I just think hockey's like boring.
General manager in hockey, when you talk about bringing players in, it's a type of player you want. It's not always the best player out there that you take. And like
it's
you
what
said,
fits your system.
And also players, it takes a long time. And once they get picked, they just don't go right into the
I'm saying,
NHL.
the thing I'm using to pick baseball is because like there's so many. There's like the scouting aspect of baseball. The trade deadline's a huge thing. You can find. I really like this 20-year-old single A pitcher out of your system that you may not even realize you have. And I'm gonna take him off you. Whereas you don't get that in hockey.
Yeah, well, for the trade deadline, I beg to differ. It's a lot going on at the trade deadline in NHL. I mean, not necessarily
Agree to
for
disagree.
the Phillies, not necessarily with the Flyers this season or last season or the season before.
It's not put out there like the other sports or hockey deadline. You don't hear about the trade deadline of hockey too much unless you're listening to a specific sports talk show or they bring it up. It's like in the NFL and baseball and basketball
They
too.
just
it's
don't rent
deal.
players like they used to.
No,
It used to be.
It's not put out there the way it's supposed to be.
They don't rent players as much as they used to.
What's it about renting players? I mean,
in hockey, it used to be in the 90s. It was about getting that guy, and hopefully you win a championship or you go far in the playoffs, and that way you can re-sign him. It doesn't happen.
I'm talking about. It's not a big deal. No one cares about it really, except people who are into hockey. Where if you're talking about, you'll see on the sports on ESPNs or whatever, and you'll see football, basketball, and baseball. It's a big deal when the trade deadlines or free agency is up. In the NHL, they really don't mention it too much. And that's all because it's not marketed right. Nobody cares because nobody's watching because it's not stuffed down our throat like every other sport is.
My last job, college football and basketball coach. There's some like because you own, especially if you're in like a smaller area, you own a city, you run a city, you're above the law pretty much.
Yeah.
Until eventually NCAA cracks down on you and you get fined, but.
Well, you got to be.
But it's a good 7-year run before that
it's
happens.
a great 7-year run.
Me, you're gonna laugh.
You break a couple laws.
What do you think I would love to do for the team?
I would love to be their chef.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind cooking.
Let's take a break.
Okay.
That already is your job. You're just doing it at a different place.
So,
Cash the King got the chef to the left. They have Mikey the Wall.
So in your dream world, you're doing the same thing. What?
Only for professional athletes.
We're ranting,
and only once a day.
We're ranting beef and some heavy bullshit here. We'll be back in a couple. Avoid the hassle. Just call Castle Public Adjusters. Get the edge on your insurance company. 215-752-1237. That's 215-752-1237. Or check them out at castlepa.com. Don't settle for less. Get the maximum for your claim. Castle Public Adjusters. 215-752-1237.
Hey, yo, Cassie, what are you doing?
I got plumbing problems here. I can't get the water to go down the drain. What am I going to do?
Call Guaranteed Plumbing, 215-342-7200 for all your plumbing needs. Serving the Philadelphia area and the Greater Delaware Valley.
What was that phone number again?
215-342-7200.
Oh, yeah, oh.
BZI Group Inc. for your individual and small group health insurance needs. BZI offers free, instant online insurance quotes and applications from major health insurance carriers. The BZI Group is dedicated to a no-nonsense approach to health insurance. They focus on giving you the insurance you need in a timely and cooperative manner. Whether you're looking for individual and family, group, seniors, life, or long-term coverage, BZI can help. For additional information or to speak with an insurance expert, call 1-800-431-4834 or email them at www.bzigroup.com.
When you need a good roof over your head, call Seal Roofing. They've been keeping folks warm and dry for many years now and are proud of their work. Seal Roofing and Contracting does it all, whether you need simple repairs before the next big rainy season or a whole new roof. Maybe you need new siding or windows. You can be certain that when you hire Seal Roofing, you're hiring the best. Available 7 days a week with 24-hour emergency service and free estimates. Call 215-533-4066. That's 215-533-4066 or visit sealroofing.net.
And we're back. Cash and King here. My crew here. Chef, Wall, Ranting Beef in the 515 studios. Chime in with us. 267-563-2893. 267-563-2893 is the Sports Goombahs hotline. Ranting Beef in the next 45 minutes or so. All right. Let's get right to that. Most important part of this show. The pick session. Yeah, that's right. If you're paying your bookie,
It ain't our fault.
there'd be right on spot. Sports Goombahs. Always check us out at www.thesportsgoombahs.com for all our plays every day, all the time. This is the pick session. It's brought to you by Auto Magic Car Care. Check them out at automagiccarcare.com. 215-322-2561. It's 215-322-2561. Best auto detailers in the Delaware Valley, bar none. All right. It's not just that Cashy's hot. You tell him, Mike. I can't talk about myself like that. How hot is this?
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
I have no idea how you are.
So hot it pees when he burns.
He's when he burns. There you go. There's a cliche for you. All right. Last week we're 9-3. 9-3. And Mike, what'd you do last week?
I want to know.
So we were 10-3. Okay, coming off of 4-4, and then we were 11. We were 17-2.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I'm on a 24-6 run for the last 3 weeks. Most of that in the NHL. And Mike, you got to be half decent too right now.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I was 1-0, 2-0, and then I was
2-1, right?
We're in the
Yeah.
30s. We're not in double digits in the loss, and we're into the 30s. So we're in the 80 percentile. Okay, if not better. But I'm dialed into the NHL right now, and I can't help it. It's the way it is. All right. Like I said, last week 9-3, and the losers weren't that bad. They were low numbers, so you didn't lose a whole lot, but you want a chunk of money. This week I got 4 games I like. Starting with Tuesday, the Dallas Stars are starting to make their way back up. Not that they were ever down, but they had a little bit of lull there. I laid off them a little bit. They're going to slide into Winnipeg. I don't love Dallas to win this game. I think they will, but I want to go into 2.5 on this. The over 2.5 goals on this one, just to be safe. And likewise, in the next game, I got Nashville going Toronto. Toronto's a sieve. Okay, they're a sieve hockey team. They give up a lot of goals. I like Nashville to win. Go into Toronto, win this game. Later 140. Get on the over 2.5 on it as well. I don't know what the number is going to be on that one, but I like that one. It's a double play there. Then I'm going to go down to Edmonton. Another sieve. Ottawa's going into Edmonton. Yeah, I don't like the fact that Ottawa's not that good either, and Edmonton could win this hockey game.
You also don't know where Edmonton is on a map, by the way.
It's
the northernmost city.
It's somewhere freaking cold. I know that.
You said you're going to go down to Edmonton.
Well, no, I was sliding down on my page
Okay.
here.
All right.
Can't get nothing by this mic,
Okay.
man. You know,
It's
analytically.
in Alberta, Canada.
He sure is. Anyway, Ottawa and Edmonton. Take the Ottawa and the 2.5 goal, over the 2.5 goals. Couldn't care less who wins this game. 2 bad teams. I never care about who wins when there's 2 bad teams going at it. The other one is Philadelphia, Carolina. The over 5. Because that's what happens in this game. It's going to be 3-2, the final of this game. It could be 4-2, maybe an empty netter. But I like this game to go over 5, a later 120 for it to go over 5. I mean, a typical Philadelphia Flyers hockey game is a 5. Okay, maybe in a 4-2, 3-2 game. But that's just the way it goes. Okay, the worst case scenario in this game is you're going to push. You're going to get a 3-2 game. It'll probably come in some stupid shootout too at the end. So those are my games that I like. The Philadelphia and Carolina go over to 5. Take Ottawa later. Not late. You go take the over 2.5. Team side total. Same thing with Nashville, 2.5 team side total, and the game itself later 140. And then I got Dallas going into Winnipeg, 2.5 on that one as well. The over 2.5. I don't mind the win on that one. I don't know what the number. I think it's a large number. You might have to, lay 160, 170 on the road on that one. We'll check that tomorrow when the line comes up. That's my plays. Do what you want with them. If I was you, I'd be on every one of my plays right now until it goes south. Right now, it's way north. All right. 24-6 run in the last 3 weeks. Mikey, what do you got?
I did the math. I'm 9-2 in the last 3 weeks.
There we go.
9-2.
Come on. Look, 9-2, 24-6. You're 33-9, man. 33-10.
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous, man.
You said you were what? 24-6?
Yeah.
Okay, we only have 8 losses then. You just gave us 2 more losses. I'm 9-2.
9-2. Okay. Yeah, 24-6, 9-2. So that's 8 losses.
Yeah, you said 10.
I'm sorry, my mistake.
It's okay. I know. You're
Doesn't make a difference.
But you're making it does.
He went to Lincoln.
You're making it sound worse.
So what's making it worse?
So yeah, we're not. Like I said, I'm 9-2 last 3 weeks. Last week I only gave one play. I was one and done. I took Akron -7.5 against Bowling Green. Oh no, sorry, Buffalo, and they won by. They were -7.5. They won by 10. So another cover.
Buffalo. What Buffalo?
Akron beat Buffalo.
College basketball.
I mean, yeah,
big, obscure games.
Big Mac. I'm a big Mac fan. I wrote Akron, and guess what my play is this week? I'm sticking with Akron.
I got a feeling. I don't think I ever heard about Buffalo in basketball.
No, and this is for good reason. So this week I like Akron again, just because I'm gonna keep riding while they're hot.
Yeah.
They've won for me like 4 straight times. They're 21-6 on the year. They're playing a 9-18 Miami, Ohio team. So Akron's -8. Last time these two teams squared off. Akron beat them by 29. So I think they'll cover 8. Yeah, they'll do that handily.
I think you're safe there.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate the confidence.
I didn't know he was kind
He's
of
a
college ball.
huge Akron fan. He's a huge Akron fan.
Yeah.
And tomorrow night I also like Clemson.
Of course.
Clemson is going on the road against Georgia Tech, and they're getting 2.5 points. I think they're going to win the game outright. Take the money line if you can find it. Outright, Clemson.
Listen, these runs don't come too often. Okay, so you got to get on them while you can. Follow, as far as we can go. I mean, it's going to end eventually, one way or another, just the way it goes. But this is a legendary run right now.
They're going to sing songs about these.
Yeah, they ought to, man.
These runs.
I tell you what, if you're paying your book, it ain't my fault, and I know it ain't my fault. That's for sure. All right, those are our plays. Are brought to you by Auto Magic Car Care. Take them out at automagiccarcare.com. 215-322-2561. Make your Primo Matty Lydon. They are the best auto detailers in the Dollar Valley, bar none. All right, a little bit of news here. I just dug up it on the internet. Jimmy Rollins signs a minor league contract with the White Sox.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Oh man. I didn't follow him last year. I didn't really pay attention.
He was awful.
There was nothing to follow last year.
He like 230.
Yeah. Right. Did he play a lot? What is he?
Enough.
That bad that he's going down to the minors, or
He's not going to be in the minors. No,
it's
a minor league
that's the kind of
deal.
money he's getting. Right.
It's basically
Yeah.
if you'll either make the team at the league minimum or we'll cut you. He's not going to play in the minor leagues.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen.
His ego will not let that happen.
No, but
It won't. It won't either.
I
wouldn't if I was him either. I wouldn't.
I can see
For what?
I'm happy.
So he can play
if
for
he-
$2,000 a week.
Exactly.
He just used to make $19 million a season. He's not going to play for $2,000 a week.
I smell retirement. Like say this time next year there'll be a date for him to be retired. It's Philly's number
On the Wall of Fame.
Nah, he won't make the wall, man. He's going
Not first year.
Nah. Is he a Hall of Fame? Yeah, man. Jimmy
The
Rollins.
baseball?
Yeah.
No.
Got one World Series. Did he have a batting title? Did he have it? No.
No, he didn't have a batting title.
No.
He's a career 260 hitter.
260 hitter, yeah. Had a couple good years there around the World Series time. Yeah, good fielder. I mean,
He's a Phillies Hall of Famer, but that's it.
Yeah, well, it's a big deal. Phillies Hall.
I know. I'm not saying I'm not slighting his career at all. He's just not a baseball Hall of Famer.
Nah. I don't know these days. Can't tell what's a Hall of Famer anymore.
Baseball's been pretty consistent.
They just want to do
theirs.
something. They want to slap your name on a wall and get people after to look, some kind of reason to go to the stadium. Philly's going to have to do a lot of that this year to get us to go to that stadium.
They'll retire the number.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think so. I mean, franchise leader in hits.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Big deal.
He's got a decent amount for that. Yeah.
I mean, it's not like we've had nobodies. I mean, we had Schmidt, Rose, and all these guys.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not like you're the D-Rays career leader in hits or the Diamondbacks. Like it's a real franchise. It's been around for a while.
Come on. Over 100 years.
Around long enough that we're the most losing franchise ever in sports. No one's even close to us. Even the Chicago, they're that far behind.
You bring up Chicago. Let's talk about stadiums then. The stadiums that you would want to travel to. We were pre-gaming it when we were talking about early on before the show started with a couple topics there. And have either one of you ever been to Wrigley?
No.
I don't have the urge to go to a stadium.
I absolutely.
I've been to a couple of them around the country, but not a whole lot. I mean, I sat in center field at Oakland for a baseball game, which was different on wooden bench. That's a long time ago, man. I'm talking 20 years ago.
Yeah.
They probably don't have wooden benches there anymore. I've been to Candlestick Park, which was
ones I've been to.
The original.
I was at Candlestick Park. I watched a baseball game in August in a parka. As we ate hot chocolate. It was incredible. And I spent the day on the beach, right? Santa Cruz, and they go to a baseball game at nighttime, and everybody's in parkas eating drinking hot chocolate. This is incredible. it gets so cold there and it changes because it doesn't matter what season. It's just a matter of coming off the bay there.
I've been to Yankee Stadium, old Yankee Stadium.
Never been there.
I've been to PNC Park. It's a lovely park.
Where's that at?
Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Lovely ballpark.
I want to go there definitely.
It's like a model in the middle of the bridges and everything there.
Yeah. Then I had the luxury of seeing a Rays game in a dome. Awful.
Tropicana, the Tropicana thing.
I was there. Yeah.
Never saw a baseball game in the dome.
Yeah. It wasn't much. It was beautiful outside. It was like 81 degrees out when it came into a dome.
Yeah, actually, the only other stadiums have been one California stadiums. That's it. Other than the local.
But the places I would want to see a game at, and this is for encompassing all sports.
Yeah, me too. I did too.
I'd love to see a day game at Wrigley.
Yes.
It's got to be a day game. I don't want to see a night game.
No, I don't want either.
Give me a nice day game in the weekday. Fenway's my number 2.
Yeah.
I don't have any kind of order, obviously, but yeah, I'd love to see a game at Fenway. Death Valley and Clemson. I will see that game. that one I will go to. That's not really up for debate. I will see a game there. Not that I care about the team in any way, shape, or form, but I think it would be nice to go to Lambeau. Check that out.
Yeah.
I hear it's
Old
nice.
school, old school.
NFL doesn't have, other than Lambeau, there's no NFL stadium.
Soldier Field.
But it's new Soldier. It's
Yeah.
not the same
Yeah,
one.
no, that's true.
Like Lambeau's Lambeau.
I put in a couple. Like I wasn't sure what the criteria was.
Buffalo. They're still playing in. I don't think
Ralph Wilson.
Yeah, I'm saying you talk about older stadiums. I mean, that's
No, but
I
I mean there's no old, but there's no like historic
ones.
Yeah.
Like we know there's Yankees, there's
Yeah.
Wrigley, there's Fenway and stuff like that. But football is not like
right.
No, there isn't.
Like all the ones because football, it's not cool to be old nostalgic.
Well,
you want the modern day $1 billion stadium.
The old nostalgia couldn't hold the people they wanted to come out to these games. That's why, you know.
But they did do that with because
well, in LA they still got the Coliseum.
But no one's going to a game.
They're going to play a year there before a rebuild, or I think they're going to play there, aren't they?
Almost 2 years. I think it's going to play 2 seasons there before they.
They got
finish.
benches.
But then the last game I want to go to, and you're not going to care about this at all. It's Old Trafford, which is where Manchester United plays.
Oh, that's funny because I have Wembley on mine.
There you go. I would love to see a game at Wembley.
Any kind of game, and a concert. Either give me in that stadium because that stadium's like really cool.
So I take it you don't like my shirt today, Cashy.
I didn't. I just noticed it.
I noticed it. I've been waiting for him to notice it.
They had the Copa America drawings for this summer in U.S. Of course, got the worst draw of anybody. So. Yeah. It's typical U.S. fashion.
Now, I had a couple in there because I would love like a couple of places like that don't even exist anymore. That might like.
Well, it's kind of hard to get there.
I know, but I would love to have seen my dad.
We're not talking about what is. We're talking about right now.
I know.
I'd love to travel to Atlantis, the underwater city. I mean, that'd be great to see a game there.
But I have one that wasn't on your list. It's the what do you call it? The Nuo in Spain because it's so freaking big. It's
they're bullfighting.
No, it's soccer. It's a soccer. It's holding over 120,000 seats. I just think just to go in there to for the spectacle of it, you know.
If there's good teams playing, it'd be nice. But I wouldn't feel anything from walking through the doors.
No, well, yeah, I don't know about that, but it was 90. It's an older stadium that keeps getting renovated. Kind of reminds me of I guess Beaver Stadium or Paterno Field or whatever the hell we're calling it now. But
Beaver, right? Well,
they renamed it Joe Paterno's.
Did they?
Yeah, and then they changed it back. Maybe I don't know.
I don't think on your own there.
I don't know, but it's kind of reminds me of that. Like how they kept revamping that and adding more seats because it's pretty far up there, right? In the size wise and stadiums,
over 100,000.
Yeah. So I always thought that would be cool to see that.
Anything else?
Yeah.
No, that's we pretty much had the same ones except for the 2 soccer stadiums being different.
I've been doing
and Atlantis
here locally.
Yeah, I've never been. I went to a preseason game.
I got no. I'd much rather watch football on TV anyway. But the reason I don't go to these games around here, obviously, because of the traffic and the bullshit you have to go to get to a game. Airlift me. That's what I want to be. Airlifted by helicopter, right in and right out, and I'd go. That'd be my way of seeing sporting event. That's right. Airlift me. I'm gonna sit in traffic.
You're basically your own hot air balloon, anyways.
You call me whatever you want to call me. That's how I want it. Bottom line,
You such old man complaints.
I'm an old man. What do you want?
I know you do.
You old man complaints.
The worst old man complaints.
Listen, when you get
announcing
to the spot,
and camera angles and traffic.
You want to relax.
Technology.
Smooth. You want smooth. All everything has to be smooth. You don't want aggravation. I paid my dues. I made my dues when I was 29.
I'm not 29.
28. Whatever it is. Years ago. 30 years ago. 25 years ago. Big difference in us.
Stop with the math. You're not good tonight on
Give a
it.
shit about the math. I don't got no math. All I got to know is how to count when I have my winnings. That's all in math I need to know.
Doesn't your occupation
6 and 2 is 10.
involve some form of math?
Yeah, do that pretty good too. Nah, it's negotiating, man. Not the math. But give it that number. I give him a number. Don't give me the number. I argue until I get the number.
You're throwing the wrong. Meanwhile, you're throwing the wrong number out there.
Nah, number's all
He's a-
paper. You have to worry about
But the
that.
problem is that he's a good arguer.
Here you go.
Yeah.
See that?
I was just a good arguer. He just loves to argue.
Well, I thought annoyed the shit
A
out
little
of
bit of both.
Eventually, they just accept his deal to get him the hell out of here.
You
What
guys-
will it take to get you out of my house?
you guys
The deal. Gotta pay me, B.
It's not the homeowner I'm worried about. You guys would never know me out on the street, man. I'm completely different. Believe me. Something about this microphone.
Just brings
Blah, blah, blah.
just brings the douche out.
The douche-out, yeah. Hey, don't talk about that. Don't talk like that about your king, man. I mean, come on.
You're kidding.
It's
Jesus.
good to be the king, you know?
Yeah, it's
Like it says so on the shirt.
Good to be the
I
king,
just-
right? That's what
Wait a minute.
I forgot I was even wearing that. Yeah, you bought it for me. I know.
It's a remix.
Remix it, a little bump it up back. Yeah. Now the wall. Yeah. Do it, Mike. Do it.
See, I learned not to talk too early because I know you extended it on the intro. So yeah, it is time for the Wall Report. Everybody's favorite segment, including mine, including Cashie's. Couple controversial statements in the past week or so. One of them was obviously Ronda Rousey when she went on the, I think it was Ellen or something like that. Or I don't know who the hell she was on. I don't care. Talking about how she contemplated suicide after her loss.
Bullshit. No, that aggravates me.
That's awful.
Yeah.
See,
Well,
I
you'll
kinda
take a
would-
softer stance. I'm
no,
assuming.
no, I don't. I'm not going to take a softer stance. I'm just
It's
going to
your
say
death.
this. I'm just going to say this. Didn't we like we were all up in arms when I guess what I'm trying to say is we'll criticize somebody that didn't commit suicide, but we won't criticize somebody that did. You see
No,
what
'cause
I mean?
I would criticize if she actually did it. I would come
No,
on.
you can't.
No,
It's
you
a
can't.
mental
No,
disease.
Yeah, we can,
When
but I would.
When Robin Williams died, there was a whole bunch of people that stood there and said he was sick, blah blah blah. And and at that point in time in his life, that was his low point. How can you turn around and say something like Ronda Rousey, who I'm not saying I don't know the person, don't care either way. I'm just saying if that was the lowest point, you thought your life was over because that's it. That was my run. You get depressed. You
Wait a
can't help
second,
but to
man.
get
Her
depressed.
her brain was riled. That's why she said that. I mean, first of all, and second of all, she's on the magazine cover and it's good publicity. She gets on the show. It's all bullshit, man. It's all. Come on, man. You know exactly what it is.
I just think it's a Hollywood double standard to criticize one without criticizing the other.
It's not a Hollywood double standard
Yes, it is.
because I'd make fun of you I would make fun if you did do it because I'd say
Oh yeah, so would
would.
I. I'm saying that. I'm not saying you and me, Mike. I'm saying generally speaking.
Of course, because
everybody's the
everyone's
other
PC.
way around.
Because everyone's PC.
Bang.
Here's my way to translate it. Cam Newton, he started out 14-0. Let's just say that week 16 game he lost. He went home and said, "I'm going to kill myself because I lost." Like, really, dude? You're because of one loss, because you were undefeated your entire life. You lost one game and go, "No, that's it. I'm done. Kill myself." Because of over one loss?
It's great PR, man.
That's not great PR. You look like an idiot.
Well, but you're still looking like something. Any way you look at it, what are we talking about right now?
We're making fun of her. What the hell?
Still, one way or another. That's the way it is.
I don't agree with that.
Look, if she's going to kill herself,
Because look at the next guy I'm going to talk about, Manny Pacquiao.
he can kill himself too.
Oh, he hates gay people. And he doubled down on it a couple days later on Instagram, posts a Bible verse about how gays should be sentenced to death.
Well, let's buy more tickets to his next fight then.
This
He lost his Nike thing because of that, didn't he?
Yeah, that's the whole. He got dropped by Nike, and he wants to get dropped by Dave Bautista, who's not happy with him whatsoever.
No.
In case you're wondering, in case you didn't know, Dave Bautista was a wrestler, actor.
Yep.
His mom's gay, so he said he's couldn't be more offended by this.
Oh my God! Can anybody just shut up? You know what I mean? If you don't like somebody, just why you have to announce it? Why is it so important to say something, man? I don't get it.
There's a lot of people I hate. I don't mean
because the reaction is going to be. So he didn't say that for no reason. He knew he was going to get a reaction. He could have known it was going to be a positive reaction, right? But it's reaction.
It's one thing if we start talking about the people we hate. We can sit here and say, "Oh, I hate this group and this group and this group." We don't have sponsorships. We don't have to tiptoe a corporate line.
We
Like,
do. We do have some sponsorship.
Okay, sorry. So if Castle, okay, so we're gonna get dropped by Castle because I'm over here saying, I hate gay people.
Yeah,
They're gonna call up and say,
"Wait, I go to Auto Magic Car Care next time and they spit on my car instead of cleaning it up."
okay, they're gonna call you tomorrow and say, look, we're going to discontinue our ties because Mike said he doesn't like gay people.
Yeah, because
we're not going to lose millions of dollars. I can assure you that.
I almost got us. I almost lost us right there. I shut up instead.
Continue. This is the war report, right?
It is a war report. Now we mentioned this about a year ago, but you know what this past week was, right? This is the Grand Cruise.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah,
the epic Grand Cruise took place over the last.
Did he do something?
Week or so.
He did something. I saw something today.
He did. He was on the microphone, which you give Gronk a live mic, and
right.
something's bound to happen. He offered a couple $10,000
to
have sex on the spot in front of the live crowd. They did not do it.
10 grand's a little cheap for that offer. You know, it should have gone up a little bit.
I'd have done it.
Yeah, but we all know that Gronk's not a big spender.
Come on, what's 45 seconds, right?
10 G's and there's taxes on that. You got to pay everybody. Before you know it,
you're out at sea.
Yeah, international waters. You don't got to pay taxes on that.
Oh, good call, man.
Otherwise, it'd be very illegal to have sex in public.
Wait a minute.
Isn't that a little light though? 10 grand to do that?
No, look at you. Got to look at it. 10 grand for 2 minutes. That's how much an hour?
2 minutes. Yeah, he was specific on how long and it had to go, right?
He didn't mention how to go to completion. We're getting too far into it.
That's the Gronk, man. There's nothing wrong with it. He made sure he was in international waters. Wasn't doing anything wrong. It's a smart move.
He's a smart move. He's a business.
Two consenting adults.
Was that on his cruise liner? Was that the Gronk cruise? Or
it was on Gronk cruise.
Could you imagine the captain?
Keep in mind also, it wasn't like he ran the boat. Like there was other non-Gronk passengers on the boat, right. So it wasn't like it was just his people. He had to keep it somewhat PG.
And the poor little deckhand going, please do. I don't want to have to clean that up.
I don't
want to have to clean that up.
So last week there was a story, and I didn't mention the war report because it wasn't really that great. But Andy Dalton lost his bags. He's driving to the airport. His bags fell to the back of his truck, and they went missing for a couple of days. Eventually, someone found him on the side of the road, returned it to him. The story ended with a happy ending. He has his bags back. And until the fact that he got his bags back, got him back finally, went on the flight that he needed to go on, and then the airline lost the bags. So he still doesn't have these bags.
Oh my God! Really?
Twice lost in a matter of 5 days. These are not lucky bags. He should just get rid of them, never fly with them again. He's not happy at American Airlines. He's very
well. I can vouch for that, man.
Get in line.
They'll leave you on the runway and say the plane's not exactly the way we think it should be, so maybe we shouldn't fly it.
That was I guess that's who you were going to Florida with.
Not anymore.
It was. I said was.
Yeah, right.
Here's a headline for you, and this is pretty much the story I got. I can't really describe it. You need to see the picture. Pablo Sandoval is fat.
Oh my God.
He's fat.
Still wants to play
professional baseball, man. I mean, can we call these guys athletes? So they're starting to become as much of athletes as poker players. Like between David Well, I mean, obviously the Trouts and everything like that.
What about what's his name on? What am I thinking of on the mound?
David Wells was the best example of it ever.
Yeah,
Cologne. I know that's what you're thinking of.
About,
yeah, we've all seen Bartolo Colon.
Right.
We've saw the perfect timed photo on a throw of Sandoval. You see his gut just spilling out.
That's muscle, man.
And it's a muscle, stomach muscle. And it's one thing to be a pitcher because all you guys do is throw once a week. But he's an everyday player.
He's got to run.
He's got to run. He's got to play the field. He's fat. I'll share that picture for everybody.
They want him back there in San Francisco, don't they?
No.
Now
Boston wants him to go to San Francisco.
Yeah, and the San Francisco fans are happy that they got rid of him.
He's a DH. You don't have to run. You just have to swing.
Now, the Texas Rangers held a contest for season ticket owners or season ticket holders. Come to the stadium. If you can hit a home run with a wooden bat and from home plate, no special advantages, you can get free season tickets. We'll pay for your season tickets. Well, one lucky fan did. Byron Anderson was the only one. Stepped to the plate, at home plate, wooden bat, bam, knocked one over left field fence. Nice. Could you guys hit a home run baseball?
No. I couldn't make contact.
No, you can't. You're insane.
I could.
No.
Get out of here, B, man.
No,
come on, man. Come
on. I'm willing to bet that I'm not nothing against you. I'm probably a better baseball player / athlete. I'm not coming close to that.
I don't know.
What?
I think I could.
Oh, come on, man. Come on. Stop. This is Sports Goombahs, man. We don't bullshit
baseball.
That much.
Yeah. I hit a home run 330 in softball. You don't think I could hit one in baseball?
Yeah, exactly.
330. 330.
Yeah, how long ago was that?
8 years.
Was that a metal
When's
bat?
the last time you swung a bat?
was wooden.
All right, come on, please, man. Stop. Move on, please.
The Yankees, they for this upcoming season and beyond, they banned print at home tickets, which doesn't sound like a big thing, but basically eliminates StubHub. That you basically can't buy StubHub tickets to Yankees games anymore because they partner with Ticketmaster. So now you have to get physical tickets. So yeah, unless you can somehow buy a ticket from StubHub and meet up with somebody, you can't use StubHub for Yankee games anymore. And that would really piss me off. Fans are not happy about that. I would be extremely pissed because that's pretty much how I buy all of my tickets for every sport or event I attend.
You don't have to show the tickets anymore when you go. You just show what I scan it real quick. Eventually, you're not gonna have to go.
Some places will do the phone.
The phone.
Some places won't do the phone though.
Yeah.
The Pirates infielder Jung Ho Kang. He finished third in Rookie of the Year last year. He had a nasty leg injury. He broke his leg and missed the end of the season. So I guess the local Pirates, TV, they were interviewing him and they were looking like, "How's your leg?" So he showed his leg. Come to find out, on his ankle/calf, he's got a portrait of himself, a picture of himself on his own leg. That's awful. That's a violation. You can't get a picture of yourself.
You have to get rid of it all.
Isn't that like the old story of like one of the girls that went into A-Rod's apartment and there he was on this oil painting
of himself
on a body of like a centaur?
No, I don't think that was real.
I don't know. I think
I heard something like that, but no, it can't be real. I mean, to get a tattoo of yourself on yourself, that's not cool at all. I guess they realized they announced Roger Goodell's salary of 2014.
Everyday love match. That's like every year they post that up.
Love
there.
posting
These bitches and moans about what the hell that guy does for that kind of cash.
He would have, if he was a player, he'd be the highest paid player in the league.
That kind of dough for what.
Are you okay with that? $34.1 million.
That's unreal.
You're not okay with that, right?
That's not. No, I'm not. I don't know. Are you okay?
No, I'm not okay with that.
What's the difference? I mean, they pay him what he pays. It's $1 or $30 million. The guy don't do his job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's
bad at his job.
Yeah, he's a figurehead, and he's not going to lose it because there's a mesh there between the owners and him, and that's the way it is. Is he a puppet or the owner of a puppet? I don't know. I can't tell anymore.
He's just bad, and I guess I don't know. It's good. That's actually good. It's like what came first, chicken or the egg?
Yeah,
Who's the puppet
know.
here? Is it the
You would
owners of the?
You would think the owners control everything because they own the teams, which means they own the league, and the commissioner's supposed to be impartial, I suppose, right?
Yeah,
but that doesn't happen, obviously.
Wolfsburg FC, it's a soccer team in Germany. One of their star players, Nicholas Bentner, he was fined by the club for posing in a picture next to a Mercedes-Benz. The team is owned by Volkswagen, so they weren't happy with that. You all right? Okay, got the thumbs up.
I just fired B.
You fired him?
I fired the shot
after that home run comment.
Yeah.
That's awful. He's not hitting any home runs. As he just talked about doing something athletic and got hurt.
Yeah.
Just mentioning the thought of doing something athletic hurt him.
I told him he drinks that water, he can't go back that far. Hurt himself.
But yeah, that's not good. I mean, if you to fine a player just because he posed in a same picture of a car of something you don't, that's weak. It's weak. Couple referee stories for you. I know you love referee stories.
Love the refs.
Argentinian referee Cesar Flores was murdered on the field in the middle of the match.
On a soccer game.
In the middle of the game by a player. He gave him a red card. Player left, went to the bench, ruffled through his bags, got a handgun, walked out, shot him 3 times.
Is that on video?
No, it was not on video.
Man, that's like out of a movie, man.
Yeah. Head, neck, and chest. Why would you sign up to be a soccer referee at this point? You can't pay them enough.
That happened.
Argentina.
And when you hear about that, that's not.
No, because it's Argentina.
Yeah, but still, that's like.
I'm sure even in Argentina it was in headline news. It's probably a common occurrence. I mean, how many wall reports consecutively can I mention refs being brutalized?
That's incredible, man.
Yeah.
You would think something like that be all over the place.
It's on if you look for it, you'll find it.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be on CNN.
What kind of steroids these guys on?
No, they just take it too seriously.
Yeah.
And then Trabzonspor. It's a Turkish team. And it's actually a Division 1. It's a real good team. Their defender Salih Dursun. He protests. One of his teammates got a red card. He took offense to that, so he walked up to the ref, rips the red card out of his hand, presents the ref with the red card, and kicks him out of the game. Obviously,
did it work?
No, it didn't work. Actually, the ref then gave him a red card and kicked him out of the game. So you can't do that. You can't just take matters in your own hand and start tossing the referees.
Speaking of jobs that you wouldn't want, You would not want to be a soccer referee.
Yeah, it was mentioned. I don't know if you heard that. The ref got shot and killed.
I did hear about
Called
that.
the tail end of that one. Arizona Coyotes. They use a 31-year-old bank manager. His name is Nathan Schoenfeld as a backup goalie for a game last week because their actual backup we got scratched at the last minute. And apparently, I didn't know that this is a good thing. I read this is the reason that they came up with this guy was every city that has a hockey team, there's like a list of like 5 or 10 reserve emergency goalies who just have regular normal human being jobs, and you just call them and say, "Hey, do you want to play goalie tonight?"
Yeah, Wawa, come here. You gotta play.
He's like I say he's a bank manager. He made $500
Here's the
to
thing
play dress up.
with hockey. You have to have that. I mean, if there's no goal, you got no goal, you can't play.
Well, it's a backup, yeah.
Although that might not be a bad way to play the game.
No goalie.
I'll tell you what, I was watching just it's a side thing real quick. I was watching the mites, the mini kids playing hockey at the game, and they had the little tiny goal. You see the little net that's about this big, no goalie, but it's so small. I'm looking at that. I'm thinking to myself, how good would that be if and I know it's stupid, but just think about that. How good would they make the goal small enough that it's so hard to hit with no goal and let hockey play the way it's played without the goal? It's just interesting to see the up and down.
I'm gonna go the hard no on that. Because then you're basically
it's a hard
because then
no,
you can't really shoot in the air. It has to be ground.
Well, yeah,
you would even get lower scores than you get now.
Well, no, I'm saying you take that what it is. I know it's down low because of kids, but you bring it up and you make it a certain way or certain. It's almost like arena football where they make the goalpost real small, the end zones real. It's a smaller version, but the game scores a lot more.
It's funny though. Could you imagine being calling out? I got to call out of work tonight. Why is that? I'm playing goal for the Flyers.
I'm playing professional hockey tonight.
I'm going to play in goal for Flyers.
I just got signed.
1-day contract.
Yeah, he gets $500 to get to keep his jersey. So it's a cool night.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you get front row seats to a Coyotes game.
Listen, you're getting a game. You got armor all over the place. All you do is stop and you let them in. They don't really matter. You're there just to back up anyway.
I would love him to play.
You know what? Though?
Imagine the goalie got hurt. The starter.
I was just thinking.
And he kills it, and he gets like an actual contract.
Yeah.
That's a great story. So where's the movie rights for that one? Let's sell it now. A couple more things. I mentioned, I think this was either last week or the week before that, Joseph Randall's had a rough go of it as he got cut. He got arrested yet again.
7 times?
How much times? What?
He's arrested.
Maybe in his life, not like it's been like
twice in the last.
It's like 3 times in like this month alone.
Yeah.
This time
he's cut though, right? He's not playing.
Yeah, he's been cut. He'll never play again.
I think they got rid of Hardy today too, right?
Yeah, they just didn't re-sign him. Yeah. But so he was arrested again on Sunday. 3 counts of battery, 1 count of drug possession, and 1 count of criminal damage. He attempted to run over 3 people in a car.
Nice.
So
that's getting it done, man.
He's running over people on the field and off the field.
I love the NFL.
And then finally, we had something like this a while back with the NFL's PR guy. Got a little frisky on Twitter. This one was Knicks head coach Kurt Rambis. He's the active head coach of the Knicks.
Is he really?
Yeah. So it was Saturday night. He was just perusing around Twitter, and because he's older, he's cashy. He doesn't realize that when you like something, when you like a tweet, it shows up on your profile. People can see that you like that. Well, he liked a pornographic picture of an Asian woman pleasuring herself.
Yes.
And he didn't realize that. But it wasn't a spree.
Rambus is a poor name anyway, right?
It wasn't a spree of likes. It was
Rambus.
It was just one.
That sounds like a verb.
And then he followed about 8 accounts. Most of them normal. He followed Freddie Coleman, who does ESPN Radio. He followed Bar Malik, who is a director of personnel for the Knicks. He also followed at Great Ass Daily,
nice,
which just sends pictures of great asses all day long.
Oh, I thought it was John Daly's brother.
Does he follow our page too?
Kurt Rambis? No. If we tweet more pornographic images, he probably will. Yeah. So naturally, like all people do, he was hacked. So you're telling me
he was hacked.
You were hacked, and someone decided, you know what? I'm going to follow Freddie Coleman from ESPN Radio, and I'm going to follow the Knicks personnel director of scouting.
Then it's going to be daddy-ass.com.
That's going to be great asses.
Yeah, got to learn how to use these things, man.
You can't just start following and liking blindly. They can see everything you do. Gets you in trouble.
That shades of who was it? Got whacked on a bathroom break or something with baseball last year, and he liked something in the John.
Oh yeah,
he was in a John or something.
That was on the wall. I forget. He was liking pictures of booty pics.
Yeah,
I forget who it was though. I'll come up with it. But yeah, that's the wall report again. Cashy, and I know you because you have your own Twitter. make sure you
Listen, I don't.
monitor.
I stopped doing it. I started going on our main one now.
Monitor what you monitor what you like. All right, don't start going liking sprees because then people are gonna.
You see what I put up there, right? I just put up. I don't do anything stupid on that.
That's fine. Yeah, but I know. But when you click that little like button,
he's got a totally different account for his stupid stuff.
For all his shady stuff, it's a different account.
If you want to tweet him, it's dirtyoldman@twitter.com.
But speaking of attractive women, Cassie,
Dude,
the Woman Crush Wednesday, she might be one of the best ever.
She is the best ever. I mean, there's some of those positions there are ridiculous, man. You know?
So, and keep in mind, we keep it all PG-13. There's never been any nudity in the history of SG show. So, I mean, I wouldn't pull up at work with your boss behind you because it's risque. We keep PG-13 or maybe R, but no R because R shows nudity. We don't show nudity. But yeah, so quick announcement though. This Wednesday is the final Wednesday of February. Yep. And this Wednesday, so we're gonna have a new Women Crush Wednesday this week. Starting the following week, we're getting to March Madness.
I think this one goes in the Hall of Fame. We should put her in as the advertisement for the Woman Crush Wednesday.
She might be the new face of it. So starting the following Wednesday, or maybe we'll start the following Wednesday, which is March 2nd, March Madness.
Nice.
So we're gonna be we have had this upcoming one will be the 16th Women Crush Wednesday.
You got the bracket set up?
Actually, no, sorry, it'll be the 18th. So the last two we got 2 play-in games. But we got a bracket set up every day. You can check us out on Twitter. We'll have the 2 pictures and the poll because you can do polls now on Twitter. And basically, you vote and we'll advance and find out who the best Woman Crush Wednesday was in the history of SGShow.net.
Just want to stick it out there. We are going to be back at Steam Pub on the first week of May. I guess it would be
May
2nd, Monday, May 2nd. We'll be back live at Steam at probably at 7:00. We'll go 7 to 9. We're going to go earlier.
For all you early birds out there.
Hopefully it'll be we'll be outside on the deck. We'll have a good time over there. But join us.
The Phillies on.
May 2nd. Yeah, Phillies will be on, going through there. So write it down. Make sure you're there. We're going to give away some Phillies tickets. Of course, we'll have some shirts to give away. And
definitely some more.
Yeah, that's some stuff, man. We'll get some. Because when we have shows, we give away the goods. Because that's what we do here at the Sports Goombahs. All right. Anything else, guys?
Can't think of it.
Made it through a rough sports week this week. Not much to talk to. Politics, man, hell with that.
I just checked that night. The Phillies played the Cardinals.
There you go. It's a good game. Terrific game.
It's a road game too, so we won't lose anybody.
That's right. Like we lose anybody anyway.
Yeah, no, they're all Phillies fans.
I got it. All right. Anything else, guys? Is that it? We're good to go, huh?
That's great.
Cashy the King.
As always.
Got the chef to the left. Brendan B. Mikey the Wall. Sports Goombahs.
Take these plays. While we're hot.
Listen, you rock and roll. And that's not it. That's only Tuesday. That's 4 games for Tuesday. You got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week. You're paying your bookie.
It ain't our fault.
You're goddamn right. Sports Goombahs. We'll see you.